And fuck you.
Shut your fucking mouth! Shut the fuck up, you cunt! Shut it!
I'm gonna walk away and we're gonna go to the guard tower. And can I roll for perception? Because I want to see if I can see their tent like creeping over the side.
Well, if you were going out the public entrance to the stable, so you would have passed them.
I know, but they were behind the thing. I want to roll. I want to roll. I'm gonna walk back there and I want to roll perception.
Okay.
Because I'm looking for a guard, but I want to see if I can be able to see them. I see them.
Hold on. Shifting. Okay, yeah, 16. Okay, so yeah, you see their tents. You see blades like tail and feet sticking out.
I go over there.
Okay. It's getting pretty late, by the way.
So are they asleep?
Pretty much.
I'm gonna take some of Blade's stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna take his sword.
That is strapped to him.
Aw. So he probably wake up.
You can try. You can try and get Alston to do it.
Oh no, Blade would kill us both.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna take down his tent.
What?
I'm gonna take down his tent.
Okay.
Right? And I'm gonna take his tent and I'm gonna fold it right in front of him.
So are you really taking apart his tent?
Yes, I'm pulling a prank on him.
Alright, so you pull out one of the stakes and the whole tent collapses on top of Blade.
Can we roll to see if he wakes up?
I'm gonna assume he starts fucking flailing and just like, what the fuck? Shitty tents.
I look at Olsen. I say, inject him with the tranquilizer.
Alston just fires maybe 4 tranquilizer darts trying to hit Blade. But the problem is Blade's wearing armor while he sleeps as well. So it's like, pew 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 pew. I keep hitting, but it's not stopping him. And again, he's a Dragonborn and an Argonian, but mainly a lot of Dragonborn, so he's like, oh.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk away.
So he just kind of flails, and then the flailing dies down a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to Chris's character. What's his name?
Luar.
So I'm gonna walk over to Luar.
Luar is a heavy. Well, he's actually an Eladrin, so he wouldn't be sleeping. He
Yes.
just kind of look at you, and then he closes his eyes. He's like, motherfucker.
I'm going to try to pickpocket him.
He's looking at you.
I know.
He's just gonna like turn, and he's gonna like shift his belt so you can't take anything. He's gonna keep reading his book.
I go fine, and I just walk away, and I'm gonna go inside the guard tower.
Okay, so you go into the guard's watch tower barracks thing.
I'm gonna walk over to the nearest guard. Not the one on the desk clerk.
Not the receptionist?
No, I'm not talking to him again.
It's a her right now.
I made him cry last time.
Well, it's because you kept screaming at them.
Remember the other guy? The guy whose arm exploded?
Jesus. I think I
rolled the guard was like seeing... Oh no, we haven't done... We did that in episode 3. We're not releasing that one because it was messed up.
Yeah.
That was beautiful though. Alright, so, anyway, so I'm gonna walk up to the nearest guard.
Okay.
Alright, and I'm gonna say, hey, you.
Yeah. He's gonna turn.
I'm gonna say, you can go adventuring with us?
And then he's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? No, I have a job.
I say, how much you get paid on this job?
He's like, well, usually I get paid like what? And he looks at his friend, and his friend looks at him, and he's like, I don't know. You get paid better than I do.
I go over to I say, who is the worst guard here?
They're all gonna point at the guy who's talking to the receptionist lady.
I go over to him and I say, would you like to go adventure with us?
He's gonna look at you and he's gonna go, he's gonna shrug. He's like, okay, whatever. And he's just gonna take off his guard helmet, and underneath you see a very scraggly face of a half-elf. And he puts his hand out.
Cheese?
He spits in his hand, and he puts his hand out, and he goes, "My name's Cheese."
Go.
Cheese the Wood Elf.
I go, Cheese. That's a very peculiar name. I like it. And I shake his hand.
All right, you have spits on your hand.
I look at it and lick my hand.
He looks at you very strangely, and he shrugs, and he's like, "Not as weird as my brother." And he kind of like takes off like these extra things, like guard pulled around, like, you know, shoulder parts and whatnot.
So you should keep that on.
He's like, "Nah, I gotta return it anyways. I mean, my shift just ended."
I just go, hey, so do you want to go adventuring with us full time?
He shrugs. He's like, "Sure, whatever, fuck it."
I go.
And he has a backpack that he carries with him. And he's gonna pull out this like, it looks like a very large like wizard coat. And it's got like magic kind of emblems and stuff.
Are we gonna find Shelly or no?
You don't know. And Cheese is gonna just kind of put it on over this like leather like jacket, or not leather jacket, but like leather armor he's wearing.
Okay. I'm going to go over to
Does that come up on the audio?
Yes. So seriously. This is so annoying. We're already over an hour. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to look at the guards and I say, "Have any of you heard of a person named Beldak?"
They're gonna look around and they're all gonna shrug. And one of them is gonna roll for a history check. This guy's decent at history. He rolled a 16. He's gonna know that Beldak is known as the Friendly Thief.
I go, that sounds about right. And go, "You don't know where he is, though."
All of them shrug.
I go, "Do any of you know where Shali is?"
And they're all gonna go, "Oh, you mean that hot bartender chick, eh?"
I go, "Maybe."
A lot of them are gonna look really confused. Like, what?
I go, "Where is this bar?"
He's like, "Well, it's probably the only bar in town, really."
I go, "I still need directions."
One of them's gonna shrug and point to the receptionist lady.
No.
And the receptionist lady pulls out a little piece of paper and she's gonna hand it to you. It's a map of the town.
I go, "Oh, this is helpful." And I put it in. I open it up. I open up my hand and slap the paper on it.
Okay. The paper gets sucked into your hand.
I close my hand immediately.
Okay. About to say your other hand's about to get sucked in.
So I'm guessing that the other people are just like, "What the hell?"
They're gonna look at you very strangely.
And I'm gonna go.
And the receptionist lady's gonna go, "Did you just suck that in your hand?"
I go, "Maybe."
Alston's gonna facepalm and he's like, "Don't mind us. He's just a magical elf guy. I'm a gnome. Don't mind us." And he's just gonna kind of try to shoot you out the door.
Do I have BoBo?
Yeah.
Is it like on my back?
I assume that's where you keep it.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, "Cheese, come," and we're gonna walk out the door.
Cheese shrugs. He's gonna put his hands behind his head and he's just gonna walk out the door and he's gonna wave bye to his pals.
All right. So we're gonna go to the bar.
Cheese is gonna spit on the ground as you guys walk.
I say, "Cheese, why do you spit?"
He just kind of looks at you and he's like, "I don't know. I just do."
Yeah, I respect that.
He's like, "Thanks, man."
Not
a lot of people respect me anymore. He's gonna shrug.
I go to the we go into the bar.
If there's any girls there, I want to do them!
Shut up! Do you think this is funny? Next time, I will fucking eat your limbs! Do you understand? You putrid fucking cunt!
I'm gonna say this sort of aloud, not screaming. I'm just gonna say, "Does anyone here know Shali?"
One of the waitresses, because this place. So the moment you walk in, this place isn't a flurry because it's about dinner time for a lot of people who are out working, you know, honest jobs and whatever. So a lot of people are really rushing about, and there's these like waitresses basically flying everywhere, just all over the place. A lot of them appear to be elf or half elf. A lot of them seem to be dexterously jumping over fallen plates or drunken people, you know, just kind of gliding, doing acrobatic flips around people, serving food, whatnot, taking orders. And it just seems like a web of mess and craziness.
Okay.
And you see one girl kind of teleporting back and forth.
I go. And go and sit down.
Alright, so are you sitting at a table or the bar?
A table.
Alright, one of the half-elf girls, like, kind of trots up to you. Hello, sir. How may I help you?
I put 5. I grab her hand and I put 5 gold in her hand and I say, "Bring me Shali."
She nods, smiles at you, and trots off. You know, flips around some people, glides around others, and talks to another blonde girl, who turns, sees you, goes to the back, and returns with a short sword in hand.
Sounds like Shali.
And just looks at you and folds her arms, and she's like, "What the fuck do you want,
I
man?"
I go. First off, I'm no longer insane. I pull out a BoBo and I set it on the table.
Do you let go?
No.
Okay.
I'm never doing that again.
She looks at you and looks really confused, and just continues looking at you.
I say, "BoBo has given me my sanity back."
Cheese is gonna shrug. He's like, "Sup, Shali?" She's like, "Oh, hey, Cheese. You're a regular here. I know you. You're drunk a lot." She looks at your friend, Alston, and she's gonna kind of like look real close, and it's like, "Have I seen you somewhere before?" And he's like, and Alston's gonna start sweating. He's like, no, maybe, I don't know. Are you at brothels a lot? And she's like, "No." He's like, and she's like, "Wait a minute, I think I know you. Don't you owe me 70 gold?" And he's like, "What? No, that's a different gnome. That's a different gnome, ma'am. You got me mistaken. You're mistaking me for something."
That was terrible.
You rolled a 7. BoBo ignites in happiness fury, as Alston kind of fails at lying. He's not bad at it, but he kind of stuttered, and Shali immediately catches that, and she's like, "You motherfucker, you owe me money."
I look at Shali and I just take out 70 gold and put it on the table and say, "There you go."
He kind of like looks at you and he's like, "Does that mean I owe you 70 gold now?"
I go, "Nah."
He looks really confused.
I go, "I owe you this."
Alston shrugs. He's like, "Okay."
I say, "You helped me with that caravan thing."
He's like, "All right." Oh, and Alston looks at you and is actually, would like to take a look at some of the alchemical stuff on there. I might need more for tranquilizer darts. She's just kind of looks up at him like, What the fuck did you just say? You just said tranquilizer darts?" And Alston's gonna look at him. He's like, we'll talk.
It's a long story.
Yeah, it's a long motherfucking story.
So yeah. So I'm gonna ask Shali, "Are you gonna come with us?"
She's like, I don't know. I mean, I might. I mean, I was pretty good at killing stuff, and I enjoyed it, but I mean, I never really made that much gold, really.
I say, "That's going to change. We never worked together. Now we are."
She looks at you really confused, like, "We worked together for a while, you know."
I go, "We worked together, but not together. If you catch my drift."
She's like, "No, not really. I mean, you guys fucking left me at that building, and then fucking Luar trapped me and shit."
That's the thing. We don't actually work together. We just travel together.
She's like, "But..."
I was like, when have we actually tried doing anything?
He's like, "Well, we tried ending the world on accident a couple times."
Yes, on accident.
Cheese is gonna fucking just bolting back and forth between you two, like, what the fuck are these two guys talking about?
I say, you don't...
Cheese is gonna call over, like, an elven waitress, and it's like, "The largest tankard of ale."
The largest tankard of ale.
She's like, "The special dwarf dozen?" And I'm like, "Yes." So, she brings Cheese, basically, what would be considered a large bucket that people would sell fish in. Like, large, like, salmon and shit. Like, fish. Like, and just, that's filled to the rim with dwarven ale. And Cheese is just gonna start gulping this shit down. He's actually gonna roll for endurance.
Oh, that's terrible.
3. He flops on the table. with a smile on his face. Alston's gonna take his bucket and start drinking too. Alston is also gonna roll.
Oh, come on. Oh, he did fine.
He rolls an 18. He's pretty fine. He can hold it.
It's because he's a gnome, and he had a lot of friends that were dwarves. He's like,
He's like, I know how to make the dwarf nail go down smooth.
So I'm gonna say, come on, Charlie. We could have so much. We could make so much money, and save so many people.
She's gonna lean in close to your face, putting the tip of the short sword up against your throat, and whisper, "No. What is love? I'm not fucking going with you insane maniacs again."
I go, we're not insane anymore. And
she looks at you and cocks her head, and then looks at the fucking purple thing on the table, embroidered with sevens.
I go. It's really hard to explain this.
She's like, yeah.
I go, my insanity is part of the curse of this blade because of the
She looks at you confused
the,
and then looks
the
at
number
the blade.
that comes after 6.
Okay. You mean 7.
I go, don't say that number.
7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
It's not a good number.
So I'm gonna roll a d4 because Shali kept saying 7. In spite of you. And she rolls a 3, which means the huge bucket of ale is going to disappear, and so is everything else on the table, except 4 things that you guys are holding.
Oh, thank God. And I look at Shelly and I say, that's why you don't say 7.
She just looks at you and he's like, you're still paying for that though.
I go, yes I am.
He's like, good. She just kind of folds her arm. He's like, do you want the check now?
I go,
or do you want food?
I look at Shelly and I go, are you sure you're not going to come with us?
Alston looks up from where the ale was, and he's kind of like half drunk, and he's like, can I get a steak, please?
I go, can you afford the steak?
He's like, how much is the steak? And she's like, 3 gold. And he's like, I can get it. He's gonna go, yes.
I go, cheese.
Cheese is still unconscious on the table.
I say, 2 more steaks.
Shelly.
She goes, no, I go, 2 more steaks and whatever you want.
What, to Shelly?
Yeah.
She's like, I'll have a fucking bucket of wine just for seeing you again. And she's just gonna put her hand on her forehead as she walks away. And then she kind of like, before she walks away, she like slams like the short sword into the middle of the table. And then ties this bandana.
This is so much better than our original one.
And ties this bandana around the handle. And when you actually look around the restaurant, you see a very similar thing around the place, where it's a short sword stabbed in the middle of the table with a different colored bandana. Shelly stabbed a red, kind of like nicely embroidered one on yours. You see others where it's like blue with white stripes, and some where it's like, you know, the same thing as Shelly's, but it's green and stuff.
I say, what is that?
Are you stopping one of the waitresses to ask?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, well, that's how we know which tables we're serving.
Oh. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's why we can't have colorblind waitresses, though.
Oh.
And
understandable.
She just kind of, is there anything else you need, sir?
I go, no.
All right. And she goes back to serving her tables. So after not too long, Shali comes back with some, they don't look like very nice steaks, but they look like they'd go down pretty decently. They look like they've been charred a little bit.
Anything.
Yeah, so she places down these steaks. Alston is going to devour this steak, but at a very slow pace for some reason. Where he's like, like he's taking like maybe a quarter of the whole steak. It's not like a T-bone steak, but like a whole steak. Mm-hmm. Like almost like a slab of ribs size of steak, which is pretty fucking big. He's gonna take like a quarter of that, and he's just gonna shove it in his mouth, and he's gonna chew it really slowly. And he's just gonna look at you, and all you see is bloodshot eyes.
I'm just like, you got the munchies, my friend?
He's like, dude.
I go, we really need to wind you off that stuff, man.
And Charlie kind of walks up to you guys and sits down, and she's got a tankard full of red wine. And she just kind of like puts her elbow on the table with the hand on her face, her other hand on her drink, and she just is looking at you. And then looks at the table and then looks in her drink.
I go, Charlie, what would it take to get you to come back? We need you.
And she looks up and she's like, why do you need me?
I go, because you're one of our best companions.
She's like, describe to me how you need me.
I go, I know we never really used you in our fights, but...
She kind of looks at that with offense.
I go, it's true, and we're really sorry. I think I speak for everyone. We're very sorry about that, because you are a good fighter. I've seen you in action. You're a good fighter.
Thank you. But, I mean, I don't know how much help I'll be nowadays.
I say, it's okay. We're all a bit rusty.
She's just gonna kind of, like, shrug, and she's gonna keep, like, drinking her wine cup, and it looks like she's taking really big gulps. Like, she really doesn't want to be here right now, and you guys are kind of there for a while. Alston, Cheese wakes up. He eats pretty much most of Alston's steak. He's still chewing on that 1/4 of it, and then eventually once he swallows it, he just kind of like goes to take a big swig from that bucket and then realizes it's still not there, and then he like kind of like makes this motion like he's still grabbing something and then tries to drink that imaginary something. And Cheese is just gonna look at him and he's like, hey, do you need some help? And Alston's gonna look like him like, no man, I'm so fantastic right now. And she's just gonna look at him and he's like, you're like my Uncle Bobby Bob. Jesus.
That's perfect.
Alston's just gonna fucking like shoot daggers at Cheese like, motherfucker, what did you just call me, Cheese? You bastard, what kind of name is Cheese anyways? And Cheese is gonna look at him like offensively, like, hey, what the fuck, man?
I see, Charlie, this is why we need you. We need somebody who will hold everything together.
He's like, I don't even know who you fuckers are. You guys are like, hey, do you want to quit the guards and be an adventurer? And I'm like, fuck it, why not? I haven't adventured in a long time.
I know, but like, some of us don't get together. We don't work together. We need you, Charlie. We need everybody here.
Charlie sighs very deeply, and she just kind of looks at you, and then tops off the rest of her wine, fills it up, drinks the rest of it down, and just leaves it on the table, picks up the short sword, puts it in its scabbard, and just kind of stands there with her hands on her hips, just looking at you, thinking.
I'm going to cry.
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. I'm so lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely.
Nah, I think I'm gonna go with you. I rolled a d4, it rolled a 1. You're gonna keep trying to roll. He's rolling a d20, hoping that she'll roll a 20.
No.
Or are you rolling a 20 for intimidate?
No, I'm rolling for crying.
Rolling for tears.
15 tears.
A pretty good stream comes down your face, and it seems very convincing to Shelly that you miss her in some weird sexual way.
Sexual way.
And she's like, listen, alright, I met a guy. See, before you guys came, I met a guy, and things didn't go well. But now, since all that turned around, and we went back in time, I knew how to deal with it. So I dealt with it, and I'm living a very happy life right now, okay? And she's just gonna set the wine glass down, or cup down, and she's just gonna turn to walk away. Are you rolling for more tears?
More tears, 11.
11, alright, you cry more. And she's like, I'm sorry, I can't hang out with weird people anymore. You're still rolling for tears? 6 tears. She's like, I can't do this. And she just walks away.
I jump on her boot and I'm holding onto it. I'm like, please, I can't deal with this stuff anymore.
Roll for acrobatics.
I need help.
8. You trip over a bunch of chairs and another table. Tons of people are pissed at you. You just ruined a nice Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm going to cry 7 more tears.
Bobo cries too. Are you rolling 5 d20s on the dice app? Jesus. He rolled 2 natural 20s, a 1, a 2, and a 12.
So I'm just gonna start crying. Wait, but there's a 1 that happens. So what happens?
I'm gonna say that 1 contributes to also your next acrobatics roll, which keeps you from falling on your face.
Okay.
And that's why you have 2 natural 20s. You are a sobbing mess, and Shali's just gonna, like, raise her hands, like, I'm not dealing with this, and just walks away. And she's gonna walk over to a crowd of bartender girls in the corner, and she's gonna whisper some things and points towards you without actually looking at you, and they're gonna nod to each other. And 2 elven girls who actually look pretty brisk, who are obviously bartenders, are going to both pull out their short swords, and they're going to pick you up with their other arms, and they're gonna lead you out the door.
I'm going to sit outside, and I'm gonna write a note.
Okay.
I'm gonna write a note to Shali, and I'm gonna be going, please help me. Please help me.
Alston and Cheese stumble out of the doorway drunk.
We want to change our ways.
Alston is gonna roll whether or not to vomit on you or not. 16. He does not vomit on you.
Okay.
Cheese is gonna roll not to vomit on Alston. Hold on.
It's a.
Went from 3 to 9. I thought it was gonna land on a 13. Cheese actually has good endurance, so because he's a fighter.
So no throw up.
It's not as no. However, he's gonna throw up a little bit, but he's gonna shoot it into the bushes like.
So I'm gonna continue writing
Wipe
this
his
letter.
mouth.
I'm gonna continue writing this letter, and I'm gonna say, I hope you have a happy life. We needed you. We promised a happy life after this. I'm sorry. And then I say, love, Heisenberg Jackson, and BoBo.
And BoBo. And in, like, BoBo, it's, like, fancy cursive in your name. I imagine, like, it's scribbles that are words.
And it's gonna be like, for the BoBo, it should be like where it's glowing.
Yes.
And I'm gonna.
It's like glowing blue magically.
So I'm gonna wrap it up all nice and put a bow on it, and I'm gonna knock on the door and wait for somebody to answer it.
One of the waitresses is gonna open up the door, and it's one of them that carried you out, and it's like, what?
I say, can you give this to Shali?
She shrugs and sighs. She takes the scroll, puts it.
And I also say for damages, and I give them 100 gold.
She's like, oh, thank you, and slams the door. Not in your face, but as you walk away.
Okay, and I'm going to go to the general goods store now.
It's closed. It is about midnight now.
I'm gonna bang on the door.
You're not gonna get any reply.
I'm gonna keep banging on the door.
One of the guards near the gate's gonna yell at you, hey, it's closed. Give it a break.
I'm gonna look at him and say, don't judge me.
He's like, sir, I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you the facts.
I say, I just lost one of my best friends. Now shut up.
It's like, sir, why do you need to go into a general goods store? If you need a
sell this.
If you need a coffin,
to sell, I want to see the price of this, and I hold up BoBo.
Alston's gonna jump on you in his drunken state. Actually, he's gonna roll for acrobatics to try to land on you. 17. He tackles you. He goes, you're not selling that, even if I have to. And then he's gonna roll not to vomit. 12. He vomits a little bit on your pants.
I go,
and then a lot on the bottom of your shirt.
I go, thanks, buddy.
He's like, no problem, sir. And then he's
Push
gonna
him off with BoBo.
All right. He is going to vomit violently on the steps of the general goods store.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the.
He rolled a 5. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we're gonna walk back and we're gonna go pick up the horses, and I'm gonna go buy one crappy horse.
The stables are closed because no one's there.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to the hole that I punched in the wall, and I'm gonna stick my arm through, and I'm gonna open up the door.
The hole isn't like on the inside of the stone wall, because it's like a stone wall, and then there's a wooden door that you go through. Like the hole you had punched was like through the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up the door.
Yeah, but like, all right, fucking roll for thievery. You don't get any bonuses. I'm gonna say you get a -2 because you're sticking your arm through a door. You roll a 5. You that means you have a 3.
I'm gonna continue trying.
Alston looks at you and he goes, "You're an idiot," and he pushes you out of the way and he's gonna lockpick it.
17.
Plus his fucking ridiculous thievery bonus.
And he's drunk though.
Yeah, which is a -2, but you know, he's fine. So Alston still professionally picks this lock. Yeah, we're almost at 2 hours on the recording. So he professionally picks this lock, even though he's drunk, and maybe the swaying helped a little bit when he was turning it. Mm-hmm. And Cheese is like screaming, "You go, buddy! You're awesome!" And Cheese is gonna go, and he's gonna violently vomit on the wall. And then he's gonna fall over into the grass and fall asleep.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go
and Alston's gonna like fall onto the door, fall asleep, and the door is gonna fly open.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look around.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to the guy.
There's no guy in there. It's like 1 a.m. now.
I know, but like, okay, how am I supposed to get my horses?
I mean, like, your horses are like, you know, they were ready, but then you didn't show up.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 hours.
What are you talking about? It's been like 5 hours.
In the bar?
Well, I mean, you went to other places too and shit.
It's not that far of a walk.
I know, but you were there a while.
I just picked up Cheese, left, went straight to the bar, went in there, talked to Shali, and that was
letter. You also went to the guards and shit.
Okay, fine.
That was maybe
okay.
Like
so I'm gonna go.
a couple hours.
I'm gonna go in the back and see if I can find my horses anyway.
Well, the horses are there at the front, with most of their stuff already stacked and ready.
So I'm gonna find a crappy horse.
Okay, there's 2 riding horses.
So I'm gonna find the crappiest one.
I don't think you bought those. I think you just bought war horses, right?
I know. I'm just gonna find the crappiest one.
Okay, so there's like, you know, a simple, measly, small pony.
So I'm gonna take him.
Okay.
No saddle.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take him and I'm gonna pull him up with the other horses.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go inside the place and I'm gonna leave 1,000. I'm gonna leave 700 gold.
All right.
And I'm gonna let Cheese get on. I guess I'm gonna put Cheese on top of one of the war horses.
You're just gonna like throw his unconscious body on top of it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna let Alston get on one of the war horses.
Alston slumps onto it, like
Say yep.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get on top of the pony.
The pony. The pony's gonna roll for athletics, not to die. Okay, 14. Let's see what the pony's bonus is. Cause, I mean, there's gotta be fucking something with ponies, alright? What would that be in Monster Manual 1? Okay, so, the pony does not have any bonuses. And he rolled, what, a 14?
Mm-hmm.
He is gonna do his best to try to push you up and not fall and die, but his little legs can't take it, and his spine is going to split in two, and he's gonna fall on the floor. And as he falls, and his ribs hit the floor, they're all going to crack and break. This pony is in immense amount of pain.
I go, "I'm sorry, pony," and I struck its head.
The pony's just screaming horses of pain.
I stab it through the head.
With your sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night, sweet prince. So I'm gonna write a really quick note and say, "This pony is defective. I'm getting another one." And I'm gonna put it on top of the pony.
Oh
my god. I'm gonna get a riding horse, I guess.
So there's only one other riding horse there.
Do you think you could carry me?
Yeah, he looks bigger.
Okay.
He's not a fucking pony.
Was that the kid's horse?
Yeah. You just killed the wine boy's fucking horse.
I think about this for a second. I think about how it could be the wine boy's horse. I get rid of the note and I start tracking. I open up my hand, suck in the pony.
Oh my gosh.
I go.
There's blood on the ground. Are you gonna shift that around and shit?
Yeah, I'm gonna shift the dirt around.
Okay, so what are you doing now?
I'm gonna take the larger horse.
Okay, where are you going?
We're gonna go set up camp because I have tons of tents and stuff.
So, are you like taking your other 2 war horses?
Yeah, we're gonna pull them along behind us.
Are you gonna suck in the horse armor into your hand, or like what's the deal with that? Because they're not wearing it because you didn't.
Yeah, I'll suck it in.
All right. Okay.
So we're gonna walk to the front gate.
Okay.
And we're gonna set up, and I'm gonna go inside my hand, and I'm gonna get all the stuff that we need. And I'm gonna get out.
So you're gonna set up a small caravan camp?
Yeah, right in front of the gate.
In front of the gate?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, in the gate, like in
Really?
the opening.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the gate's closed, but okay.
Oh, I guess we.
It's not like an open thing. It's like it got these giant wooden doors.
Okay, so I guess I'll go out and we'll set up camp right in front of it.
Okay. There's some archers standing over the gate, and they're gonna look at you like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And one of them's just screaming at you, "Hey, what are you doing? Get off of there!"
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Why do I have to move? It's a free country, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I go. Okay, fine. And I take 10 gold and I throw it at him.
The 10 gold falls on the ground because it's not in a pouch or anything.
I pick it up and I tear off a piece of Alston's clothing since he's sort of out of it.
Okay, Alston does not stop you.
I make it into a little pouch and I throw it up there.
There's not enough clothing.
I go, all right, fine, screw it, and I go, I'll pay you.
The guards look at you confused.
Say, we've had a really rough day. Can we just set up camp for the night?
He's like, you can set up camp inside.
I go, I know, but it's not as much fun.
And one of them stops and goes, "Hey, ain't that our horses?"
I go, no.
No, I'm pretty sure.
No, they're not.
Are you sure that's not Chestnut and Hazel?
No.
The other guy looks at him and he goes, "Yeah, I think those are."
I go, no.
One of them gonna draw their bow.
God damn it. This episode's gonna go on forever.
It's like, "Hey, stop it. Stop it right there in the name of the law."
I go, oh god, I even paid for them.
He's like, "Do you have proof of purchase?"
I go, I didn't. Go ask the stable guy. I just bought them from him.
The stable guy's asleep. How'd you just buy them from him?
I woke him up.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to talk with him then.
Okay.
Hey, Mitch, go talk with the stable guy.
The guy's gonna go.
He's like, dude, he's like asleep. Mitch, just go get him. He's supposed to be in the stables. Why would he be in the stables, man? Just do it, Mitch. All right. Oh, and you see this guy who's like kind of standing off to the side, who looks like he was napping. Like you could see like a spear and like a helmet, kind of like poking out.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of see that like get up, and like there's this like kind of like board guard, and he's like slumped over, like he's leaning on his spear, like he's trying to fall asleep or fall over at least. And he's gonna keep walking. And he eventually is going to get the stables. He's going to walk back slowly. And he's going to look at them and go, "There's no guy there."
And I go, no, I don't know what to tell you. I can't prove it without that.
He's like, Mitch, can you get Frank to go get him from his house? Frank, yeah, what? Frank, can you please go get the stable guy from his house? Why the fuck? Why? Just do it for me, would you, man? Fine, you're buying tomorrow. Alright, whatever.
So I guess I'm gonna pack up all my stuff for the campsite, and I'm gonna be like, okay, you want me to do it inside? Okay, and I go inside.
All right. You are in between the general goods store and the barracks, and there is a couple of guards surrounding you. Some with drawn swords, other ones with drawn bows.
Say, you can walk with us. We're going to the stables, I guess, to go talk to this guy.
The stables are kind of like on the outside,
Oh,
and you could go around the barracks to the back of the stables.
I go, we're gonna go to the marketplace. You guys come with us.
What? They're gonna look at you like, what the fuck? No, you're staying right here.
We continue walking anyway.
They stop you, weapons drawn.
I go, this is too much hassle for nothing.
Alston is gonna sober up. He's like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oh shit, are we getting arrested?
I say, no, not really. We need proof of sale because of these horses being theirs.
Really, dude? We bought these horses, man. You can't deny people their stuff, man. You sound like you're fucking stoned, mate. Oh, dude. I mean, shit.
I walk over to one of the guards and I say, he has a very serious drug problem. Do you think you could lock him up for the night?
One of them nods and he's like, yeah, no problem. He's like, listen, Bo.
I was like, can you confiscate all his drugs?
He like nods. He's like, yeah, no problem. Do you want me to give it? I assume you don't. What about harmless alchemical things?
Yeah, still take them.
All right, fair enough.
You can give those to me though.
Okay. So he's gonna take Alston inside, and Alston's like, am I getting arrested? And he's like, no, man, you just look really tired and you need some sleep, and we're nice guards. Oh, dude, you guys are so cool. And he's like, but we don't have any spare beds in the barracks, so you're gonna have to sleep in the prison. Oh, I see where this is going. And as soon as the door is about to close, he's gonna look back at you like, motherfucker. Because you know that he's got a couple bags of pot and some blood root on him.
You know what I'm gonna do? Right now, after he's gone in there, I'm gonna leave Cheese. I'm on the horse, right?
I assume you would have gotten off the horse to get through the gates.
Okay, I guess never mind. I'm gonna face step past the guards.
Okay.
And I'm gonna continue walking.
The guards are gonna be like, what the fuck? One of them's gonna grab Cheese by his collar and go, come on, Cheese. And they're gonna sit him down on one of the benches, and the rest of them are gonna chase after you, swords drawn.
I go, come on, man. I just need to talk to somebody. And I go over to the bar and I knock on the door.
As before you reach the bar, you see the stable master kind of like rubbing his eyes with one of the guards, Frank, walking towards you.
I go, hey, dude, can you clear up the fact that we paid you for these horses?
It's like, they're not ready yet, though, damn it. Don't you want them dressed and shit?
And go, we can do it eventually.
He like rubs the back of his head and he's like, do you need them to get out of the stables? So I go, we kind of already got them. Did you break the lock to my stables?
I go, that was not me.
You broke the lock to my stables.
I go, that wasn't me.
Did you break the lock or did you pick it?
No,
difference.
We picked the lock.
Okay, so it's not broken. Okay. He's like, alright, let me go lock it up again. And he's like, can you guys just come with me so I know he didn't fuck with anything else in the stables?
Are you kidding? I'm gonna get arrested for killing a pony?
Well, you took the pony's body.
Yeah, but there's still blood.
Well, you shifted around so no one would have noticed.
I swear to God, if you make them roll a perception check and they see one spot of blood, I'm gonna be so angry.
If anything, they're gonna notice that both the riding ponies are gone that you didn't buy.
But we only have one. And plus I left money there.
So he's gonna walk, as he's walking to the stables, he's gonna see one of the riding horses. He's like, did you take one of the riding horses?
I go, yes, I took one riding horse. I took the larger one.
He's like, that's my horse.
I go.
He's gonna walk over.
I
and
go.
he's gonna
I
get
left
on the
money.
riding horse.
I left money in the.
He's gonna get on the riding horse. He's gonna turn it around, and he's gonna walk out the front gates to put it in through the stables through the front.
I go. Can I have my money back then for this one?
He's like, sure, fucking whatever. And as he gets in, he's like, where's the pony?
I go. I don't know. It wasn't here when I got here.
It's like, fucking, it was behind this horse. What do you mean you didn't know where it went?
It wasn't here.
Did you fucking lock the gate before you left?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because you don't have a fucking key.
I'm pretty sure I closed the gate.
Ah, fucking A. Did you lose Julian's pony? You son of a bitch.
I'll buy him a new one.
That boy's gonna be pissed. That's his favorite.
I'm like, inside I'm just going.
There goes Baker Honey. Fuck. Alright.
Wait, what was his name?
Baker Honey.
Great.
He's like, I'm keeping the 1,000 gold for the fucking horse you lost. I'm gonna give the
It
gold.
was 700.
God, you fucking pain in my ass. He hands you back. How much gold did you leave again?
700.
Okay, he hands you back 650.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna have to like fucking do an inventory check while listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? The stable master's locking up on both doors. He takes a plank of wood actually before he leaves, and he nails the hole you fucking punched in the door.
Say, did I pay you for that?
He's like, no, you didn't. However, I took the extra 50 out of this.
I go, okay. Sorry.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
I get violent when I need to make a point.
Apparently. And he just kind of shoos everyone out of the stables. And some of the guards are complaining to him about the horses. And he's like, it's fine, it's fine. I doubt those Red River fucking lazy dick bags are going to come anyways. And he's
They
going to
arrive as he says that.
like, oh, shit. And he's going to lock up. And he's going to shoo everyone back inside the gates. And so are the guards. Just like, all right, everyone inside. It's inside.
So am I free to go?
Yeah, sure.
So I set up camp and by... is the bar next to the market area?
Not exactly. There's like a residential area, and then there's the town hall kind of across from that and a little road. So it's kind of like across from that. It's near the general goods store.
We're gonna make a tent right outside of the bar.
Well, some of the guards who are patrolling probably aren't gonna let you do that. There's
Like
alleyways.
in between that and
there's
the next building.
Well, yeah, you can do that. They're not gonna stop you from doing stuff
But
in the
I
alleyways.
want my tent like like more near the door.
All right. So you have yours more near the sidewalk.
Yep.
So you're gonna go into your trance, and call it a day.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Cheese is gonna pass out in Alston's tent, and Alston is gonna pass out outside of Alston's tent.
I thought Alston's in a prison.
All right.
He's in the prison.
So Cheese is just gonna pass out. Shit. Did they take Cheese away?
No. They put him on a bench and then I guess
Right.
they moved him.
Yeah. He's gonna pass out, out in Alston's tent then.
All right.
Do you want to call it there?
Yep. I think that's it.
All right. Thank you guys for listening.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt.
Good night, sweet prince.